Good morning, students. This is the second session for is matter around us pure. In the last session, we have discussed about the types of substances, pure substance and impure substance. Then under impure substance, we have gone through the mixtures that are homogeneous mixtures and heterogeneous mixture. Now, in this session, we will discuss about the kinds of mixtures. Okay. Now you see there are three kinds of mixture, mainly solution, suspension, and colloids. Okay. Now, what are solutions? Solutions are those. Now you see, I have taken already dissolved some sugar particles here. Okay. Now you see, this is the sugar particles are getting dissolved in the water. You cannot find any sugar particles suspended, or it is present at the lower part of the glass. You cannot find it. Is completely distributed in the water. So this type of mixture where you cannot find the dissolved particles, okay, where the particles are completely or uniformly mixed, such type of mixture we can call it as a homogeneous mixture. And what is a solution? Solution is a homogeneous mixture of two or more substances where you cannot find or you cannot see the dissolved particles with the naked eye. So this is called, we can call it as a homogeneous, we can call it as a solution. Whereas suspension, what is suspension? Now you see, I have taken a bowl of water. Now I am sprinkling some, I have taken a bowl of water and I am sprinkling some powder here. Okay. Now you see this powder particles, it is getting suspended on the surface of the water. Okay. Here you see that the whole water, you can do this experiment in your home also. Here what happens, the powder particles, they are getting suspended on the upper surface of the water. Such type of mixture, it is known as suspension. And what is colloid? Colloid, you see, here I have taken the detergent solution. Okay, I have taken the color of the detergent is blue, so light, little bit blue color it is here, light blue color solution. So here you see the texture of the water, it has changed. Now you see this is this is kind of muddy water it is. Okay, so we can call it as a colloid. What are colloids? Colloids are the mixture where you cannot see the dissolved particles here, but the texture of the water here, it is changing. Okay, what is a colloid? Colloid, it is a heterogeneous mixture where we cannot see the dissolved particles with our naked eye, so we can call it as a colloids. Okay. Now you see, it seems to be a solution. It seems to be a solution. The colloid is the most confusing part. Okay, I am telling you what is a colloid. Colloid, it is a heterogeneous mixture, but you cannot see in the detergent particles, you cannot see. But from where we can call it as a colloid, we will do some experiment further from where we can find out that it is a colloid. Okay, now you see, you cannot find the suspended particles or the dissolved particles here, but here it is not completely distributed. The particles that I have dissolved in the water, that is the detergent particles that I have dissolved here, it is not uniformly mixed here, so we will call it as a heterogeneous mixture and it is known as colloid. Now you see how we will find out the difference between colloid, solution and suspension. Here, what is a solution? Solution is a homogeneous mixture. You can compare the properties. Okay, homogeneous mixture of two or more substances. Homogeneous mixture of two or more substances. Now, what is a suspension? Suspension, it is a heterogeneous mixture of two or more substances where particles are suspended, where the particles are suspended. Now, what is a colloid? Colloid, it is a, see example of colloid, it is milk. Then milk is a colloid, butter, it is a colloid. If you will find colored glasses, okay, these are all colloids. What is colloid? Colloid, it is a heterogeneous mixture where particles are dispersed in a medium. Okay, these are the three kinds of mixtures, that is solution, suspension and colloids. Okay, now first of all we will go through what are the kinds of solution, then what are the properties of a solution, then we will go through the other two topics, that is suspension and colloids. Okay, now for example, solution, that is sugar solution, salt solution, then if you will take this lemonade or lemon solution, these are all solutions. Suspension is what? Salt plus you say, for example, powder plus water. Then if we will take some rice flour plus water, these are all suspension. Colloid, examples of colloid is detergent solution, then butter, cheese, milk, these are all examples of colloids. Okay, now let us discuss about what is a solution and what are its properties of a solution. Now you see what is solution. It is a homogeneous mixture of two or more substances, or you can further increase the definition as homogeneous mixture of two or more substances which are uniformly distributed. This is a solution. Now you see there are two components of a solution. One is components of a solution. Components. Solute plus solvent. Okay. Solute example, sugar. Sugar is the solute and water, it is the solvent. What is solute? Solute is the substance which get dissolved in a medium. This is known as the or the component of the solution which get dissolved in other substance. It is known as solute. What I am telling you, the definition of solute. Okay, now you can write the definition of solute. Solute, it is, what is solute? Solute is the substance of the, or you can write solute is the component of the solution which get dissolved in the other substance. It is known as solute. What is solvent? The component of the solution which dissolves the other substance is known as the solvent. For example, sugar, it is the solute, and what is water? Water is the solvent. And you see one thing, always the solute will be present in lesser amount. Okay, and generally solute is present in lesser amount, whereas the solvent is present in higher amount. Now we will go through the properties of solution. You can go through your book also. The properties of the solution, it is given in your book. Now you see what are the property. First property of the solution, it is that it is a homogeneous mixture. Okay, it is a homogeneous mixture. This is the first property. Then the second property is that we cannot see the particles of the solution. We cannot see the particle of the solution with our naked eyes. That is, the size of the particle is 1 nanometer in diameter. If the particles of the solution, if the particles of the solute or the particles of the solution, if we consider it to be as spherical, okay, then the diameter of this particle, it is 1 nanometer. Okay, 1 nanometer. I can have this part. You can pause the video and write it. Okay, so first properties of a solute, you can write the properties. See, I will write in summary. Okay, the properties of the solution, you can go in detail. I will tell you in detail, but I cannot write everything in the board. Okay, so you better write the properties from your book. Okay, now first property, it is a homogeneous mixture. It is a homogeneous mixture. Next, number 2, homogeneous. Number 2, it is particle size. Particles cannot be seen with naked eyes. Okay, particles cannot be seen with naked eyes. Next, diameter. If the particles, what I am telling you, if the particles are considered to be spherical, I cannot show you it in 3 dimension. Also I am drawing it in 2 dimension. This particle size, the size of the particle is 1 nanometer. 1 nanometer is equal to 10 to the power minus 9 meter. Okay, diameter is 1 nanometer. Okay, next we cannot separate this sugar solution simply by filtration. We cannot separate this sugar solution simply by what? Filtration. So number 4 cannot be separated by filtration. Okay, next so these are the properties of a solution. Okay, these are the general properties of a solution. It is a homogeneous mixture. Particles cannot be seen with naked eyes. Diameter is 1 nanometer. Then cannot be separated by filtration. So these are some of the properties of a solution. Next we will go through the kind of solution. What are the different kind of solutions? So according to the amount of solute present in the solution, we will determine the different kinds of solution. Okay, now you see, I think these things are clear to you. So next thing I will go is kinds of solution. Kinds of solution depending upon the amount of solute. Okay, depending upon the amount of solute, it is divided into what I am telling you, depending upon the amount of solute. Solution can be of mainly of two kinds. One is dilute and another is concentrated. Okay, dilute solution, that is, in dilute solution what happens, the solvent amount of the solvent is large. Move. Say for example 10 ml of, have you heard about this acetone, or what I will say for example acetic acid, you take acetic acid, or sorry HCl you take, it will be better option for you, hydrochloric acid. If I am taking 10 ml of HCl plus 90 ml of water, okay, so better I will write the chemical formula H2O. Okay, 10 ml of HCl plus 90 ml of H2O. So this type of, here you see only 10 ml of HCl it is present here and 90 ml of water it is present here. So this kind of solution we will call it as a dilute solution. What is a dilute solution? Whenever the amount of solvent will be more, then we will call it as a dilute solution. Next, concentrated solution. If concentrated solution, amount of solute equal to amount of solute is equal or more than solvent. So we will call it as a concentrated solution. Okay, what is a concentrated solution? Amount of solute is equal to or more than the solvent. Say for example, if I will take, see I am explaining here only. Okay, now I will reverse this process. If 60 ml and 40 ml, 60 ml of HCl it is present and 40 ml of only water it is present. Here you see amount of HCl is more than that of water. So this kind of solution it is known as, what kind of solution? This kind of solution it is known as concentrated solution. What is a concentrated solution? Whenever the amount of solute is equal to or it is, if it is more than the solvent. If I will make 50-50, then we will call it also as a concentrated solution. Concentrated solution is always where the solute particles it is equal to the solvent particles, or it will be more than the solvent particles, okay, or it will be more than the amount of the solvent, then we will call it as a concentrated solution. So depending upon the amount of solute present in the solution, there are mainly of two kinds, dilute solution and concentrated solution. Next, another kind of solution, here it is present in your book, that is saturated solution. Saturated solution. What is a saturated solution? Saturated solution, it is, you say, if at a particular temperature, I am trying to dissolve a certain amount of solute in a solvent. See, for example, the temperature I am taking, the room temperature, that is say for example 25 degrees centigrade I am taking, okay. 25 degrees centigrade, at 25 degrees centigrade I am trying to dissolve a particular amount of solvent, a particular amount of solute in a solvent. Now I am dissolving this, I am taking, say for example I am taking sugar only, the solute it is sugar, and I am trying to dissolve the sugar in the water. Now I am adding sugar, adding sugar, okay, at this 25 degrees centigrade. Now at a time will come when the sugar will not get dissolved in the water. Means I am adding sugar, then after a time there will be a time when the sugar will not get dissolved in the water, okay. Then whenever the sugar stops dissolving in the water, then that type of solution, it is known as saturated solution. Means it cannot take more sugar, or it cannot take more solute in the solution, then we will call it as a saturated solution. What is a saturated solution? The solution when a solute or we can write when no more solute can be dissolved in a solution at a particular temperature. When no more solute can be dissolved in a solution at a particular temperature, then that type of solution, it is known as saturated solution. That is, whenever no more solute, the solute will stop dissolving in the solution, then that type of solution, it is known as saturated solution, okay. So these are the kinds of solution. One is dilute solution, one is concentrated solution, one is saturated solution, okay. Now we will see how to calculate the concentration of a solution. Means concentration means or strength of a solution, okay. Now let's start with this topic. Calculating strength of a solution. How to calculate the strength of a solution? Strength of a solution means what amount of solute it is dissolved in the solution. Then this calculation is known as the strength of the solution. See how to calculate the strength of the solution. Whenever we will divide the amount of solute present in the solvent into 100%, then we will get the percentage of the solution, or we can call it as the strength of the solution. Say for example I am taking 10 gram of NaCl is dissolved in 50 gram of water. Calculate the strength of the solution. So you have to calculate the strength of the solution. 10 gram of NaCl, 10 gram of NaCl, it is dissolved in 50 gram of water. Now how to calculate, you see, and directly I am showing you through the application method, okay, I am not going through the conventional method. See how to calculate the strength of the solution. Here amount of solute, it is equal to 10 gram. Amount of solvent, it is equal to 50 gram. Now how to calculate the strength? Strength is equal to, therefore you see, therefore amount of solution, it is equal to (10 plus 50 gram). We will get 60 gram. Now you see, amount of solute plus amount of solvent, it will give us the amount of solution. Therefore 10 plus 50 is equal to 60 gram. Okay, strength of solution, it is equal to, I will better write it here, okay, because you might not see here. Into 100%. So what will happen here? 10 divided by 60 into 100. So this will give us the, so this is the question I am rubbing, okay. 10 divided by 60, it is equal to answer will come here in this 16.66%. So this will be the percentage strength of the solution. What is the percentage strength? Percentage strength, it is the amount of solute divided by amount of solute plus solvent present in the solution into 100%, then we will get the strength of the solution. So this is how we will calculate the, or we can call it, this strength is also known as concentration, okay, here, or we can write concentration. Concentration also, this term is also used. So this is how we can calculate the strength of a solution. Say 10 gram, 10 divided by 60. From 60 waveform we have got 10 gram plus 10 gram solute plus 50 gram of the solvent, it will give 60 gram. Therefore 10 divided by 60, it is into 100%, we will get the concentration or the strength of the solution. This is how we can calculate the concentration or the strength of a solution. For different question you will get different method. So in your book, so these things are present, okay. I will give you some homework, then this concept will be clear for you. Now I think I will conclude this session here only. In next session we will discuss about suspension and colloid. Thank you.